Simone Biles, whom many regard as the greatest gymnast in history, sent social media into a frenzy after Team USA's gold medal win at the Paris Olympics recently. Instead of only celebrating, Biles took a direct shot at her former teammate, MyKayla Skinner, who turned her back on the team by criticizing its talent and work ethic. Her response was a poignant caption reading, "Lack of talent, lazy Olympic champions," which set a stunning wave through the gymnastics world. This unexpected move from an otherwise collected Biles begs for a closer look at the history between these athletes and the complex dynamics within elite gymnastics. Simone Biles is not just any gymnast, she's a phenomenon. Beginning from her young days in Columbus, Ohio, where she saw a field of gymnastics for the very first time during a daycare field trip, Biles was always heading towards greatness. Its rise through the sport has all but been meteoric. By age 16, Simone Biles had captured her very first world championship. But it's all up since then. Over the years, she collected 32 Olympic and World Championship medals, which is a record for any gymnast. What really sets Biles apart is not the volume of medals won, but that she has extended the very boundaries of the sport. There are 4 signature moves named after her: the Biles on the floor and vault, and 2 on the balance beam, each one displaying an unprecedented level of difficulty. Her routines show the extraordinary conjoining of power, precision, and artistry, rendering judges and fans alike speechless. The impact that Biles has had in the field extends beyond the gymnastics mat. She is an epitome of excellence, resilience, and empowerment in humanity, inspiring a new generation of athletes. However, her journey has not been easy. At the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, she made waves not only over her skills, but especially when she withdrew from several events to focus on her mental health. While this act was controversial, it was applauded by many and opened up a global conversation about the pressures elite athletes face. Even after stepping back, Biles still took home a team silver and a bronze on the balance beam, proof that even on her off days, she is still one of the greatest gymnasts of all time. Fast forward to the Paris 2024 Olympics, and Biles came back rejuvenated. In Paris, she performed to the best of her abilities once again, adding more gold to the already huge haul of medals. Her leadership and determination led Team USA to yet another gold in the team event, further establishing her as the most decorated gymnast of all time. However, it will be the Instagram post after the win that will be famous around the world, for it was not a celebration of the win, but an answer to the former teammate of Sunisa, who threw shade at her. MyKayla Skinner. Background: it has been an up-and-down gymnastics road for MyKayla Skinner. While Biles has usually stood atop the podium, Skinner's career has been a story of much-needed resilience and perseverance. Skinner boasts powerhouse routines, especially on the vault, and has always been a fierce competitor. Her brand of gymnastics, a mix of strength and consistency, has won her a heap of respect in the gymnastics community, even though she hasn't always received the same fanfare that Biles has. Skinner's road to the Olympics wasn't easy. She was a standout gymnast at the University of Utah, going on to become one of the most successful collegiate gymnasts in history. Even after making it big on the college scene, Skinner could not seem to make a dent in the U.S. national team at the highest level, set apart and overshadowed by stars such as Simone Biles. That was until, through sheer grit and will, she got called up to the 2016 Rio Olympics as an alternate. Skinner's big moment came at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, but not in the way she had expected. She was not slated to compete, but after the withdrawal of Simone Biles from some events, Skinner was called to replace her. She used that opportunity to her best and came up with a great performance in the vault, winning silver. There is so much meaning attached, considering Skinner announced her retirement from elite gymnastics some time ago. It showed she had the never-give-up attitude and could rise to an occasion when it really mattered in Tokyo. However, despite all of her success, Skinner has never had a simple relationship with the elite gymnastics world. She's a loudmouthed kid who can be very outspoken with her opinions, sometimes very controversially so. It was never more apparent than in the ramp-up to the Paris 2024 Olympics, when Skinner made a YouTube video that would light the fuse on one of the biggest controversies in U.S. gymnastics history. The controversy between Simone Biles and MyKayla Skinner was first ignited when Skinner went up on YouTube not long before the Paris Olympics. Skinner criticized the current U.S. gymnastics team for having little talent and even less work ethic toward the sport, saying they did not have that fire and dedication that used to define previous generations of U.S. gymnasts. Her comments were sharp and unfiltered, and they quickly drew a lot of attention from inside and outside the gymnastics community. The remarks rubbed the gymnasts who were preparing to compete in Paris like a betrayal by Skinner. Though Skinner's words were a bit sharp, they did not deter the U.S. team. Rather, they used this criticism to their advantage in terms of banding together to support each other and prove doubters wrong. Simone Biles did not want to leave Skinner's remark unanswered because she was a team leader. She, however, chose a different route rather than a public war of words. Biles posted a series of celebratory photos with her teammates Sunisa Lee, Jordan Chills, Jade Carey, and Hesley Rivera on Instagram, holding the gold medals they had just won. However, it was the caption that really caught everyone's eye. Lack of talent, lazy Olympic champions. In this easy yet incisive sentence, Biles turned Skinner's tweet on its head. She used his criticism to underline and boast of the team's success and to stand up for their hard work and dedication. Biles' Instagram post went viral within a very short period, setting off a plethora of reactions from fans, colleagues, and sections of the media. Most lauded her for how gracefully but effectively she defended her squad. It was considered the epitome of how to face criticism by allowing one's actions to speak louder than words. The hashtag #Don'tYourOlympicChampions rose on social media as fans started celebrating the victory of the group and supported Biles' reply. However, for MyKayla Skinner, things went south pretty fast. Soon after Biles posted, Skinner was at the receiving end of backlash on social media. Fans and followers were very critical of her, saying that she was speaking poorly of the team and wondering why she would go on public media to criticize former teammates during this important time. That backlash was so vital that Skinner felt compelled to reply. She posted an Instagram video saying that her comments were misinterpreted and that she never meant to offend anyone. She told them that her remarks against the athletes were based on what she saw, and this was not a personal attack on them. By the time Skinner tried to explain herself, the damage was done. Her video did very little to stem the tide of the backlash against her, with many people continuing to blast her for what they viewed as unsportsmanlike behavior. Knowing how bad things were, Skinner finally came out to post a formal apology on X, formerly Twitter, where she said, "It was not my intention to offend or disrespect any of the athletes or to take away from their hard work. I am fully responsible for my words, and I am deeply sorry." While some appreciated her assumption of responsibility, others thought it was too little, too late. Meanwhile, Simone Biles continued handling the situation with all her class and poise. When Skinner apologized, Biles responded on Threads saying, "Not everyone needs a mic and a platform." Many viewed this response as directed at Skinner, meaning that some opinions, particularly those that have the potential to harm or demoralize other people, are better left unsaid. Many praised Biles' comment as mature and thoughtfully handling the situation, further solidifying her as a leader both on and off the gymnastics floor. Things took an even bigger turn for the two former teammates when Biles came out to say she'd been blocked by Skinner on social media. "Oops, I've been blocked," Biles wrote, seemingly adding a little humor to the situation. Biles and Skinner because so far, Biles had managed to cut all the connections from Skinner's social media posts. This blocking spree automatically sparked a wave of memes on social media, with fans and followers trying to deduce Skinner's underpinnings, backgrounds, and motives. Some saw it as an immature response to being called out by Biles, while others believed it could have been Skinner's way away from the controversy. No matter the reason, it succeeded in showing how strained the relationship between the two gymnasts had become, deepening an already taut moment into an even more dramatic one. The public and media reactions to the Biles-Skinner controversy were mixed and strong. On the other hand, many people came out in support of Simone Biles, looking at her response as strong and graceful. It was a very noble way to defend her team. The post by Biles was called the right rejoinder to the attack Simone Skinner had thrown at her, and many admired her for standing up for her teammates without using low blows. The media, in turn, praised Biles for being a good leader and gracious amid the situation, with headlines stating her classy clapback and perfect response against Skinner's comments. In contrast, MyKayla Skinner also got the brunt of the public backlash for having asserted the remarks, and mainly for her terrible way of handling the aftermath. Among other comments, some noted that Skinner can definitely say her piece but is terrible at timing and delivery. Many have perceived the timing and very public manner in which she criticized the team, only a few weeks from the Olympics, to be a poor choice. Her having trained with that same team once made her comments sound hurtful, in that they seemed intended to undermine the hard work of athletes she had once been training with. For Simone Biles, the controversy has only underscored her leadership and role model status within the gymnastics world. Her response to Skinner's criticism had not been about defending teammates at all. Rather, it spoke to standing up for the values of hard work, dedication, and unity that defined her career. She said that in the end, they will only realize that champions are not just there to win themselves, but rather champions are there to lift others up, even when it's hard. The controversy must also have been hard for MyKayla Skinner. While her comments may have been an expression of her views, it ended up turning the majority of her fans and fellow athletes against her. The incident brought across a very valuable message to everybody about how powerful words are and do cause effects when they are put out in the public domain. In the long run, Skinner may have to review her manner of opinion delivery and the general impacts resulting from her utterances. On the last note, the Biles-Skinner controversy is just one of those complexities that human relationships come with, even at the elite level. It proves that no matter how high one goes, there can never be exemption from emotions and conflicts in the case of great achievers. At the same time, it was a story of resiliency. Biles and the rest of the team moving past the drama to continue performing at the very top level. So, what do you think of this story? Do you believe that Simone Biles did it right, or are you with MyKayla Skinner? Share your thoughts in the comments section down below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe for more insights and stories related to the world of sports.